JT and I are going to discuss this one pager that helps explain how you can avoid making a $3 million mistake.
So what we run into a lot of times is that clients or advisors tend to have all their assets allocated in the market. And while that can be a good thing because market has historically produced very solid returns, it can also produce a $3 million quote-unquote mistake in the net effect over the long term. So we're going to kind of walk you through a simple idea that uses diversification in order to create that $3 million difference between the two strategies. So Charles is going to take the status quo where a lot of clients have all their money invested in the market, and then I'll present the other side of that is really our strategy. So Charles, take it away.
So in this example, we have a 65-year-old that has $1 million sitting in a brokerage account. And each and every year, even if there's negative rates of return in the market, he needs to take out $70,000 for income. So what you will see is that by the time this client reaches age 85, there is a net balance of $984 in that account value. And now JT will discuss someone that we caught earlier in life at age 45 and help set up some diversification for their portfolio.
And the powerful thing here is we're using actual numbers in the market. So we're actually literally using 1973 to 1993. You could pick any 20-year period realistically, but taking over where Charles left off, if the big premise with our solution is to not sell into losses. It's extremely powerful when Charles had mentioned you have to take that $70,000 a year to live off of. If you are selling into losses, you're going to miss those rebound years. So with our strategy, we introduced the notion of having a side account, a side pot of money to create the $70,000 worth of income in years when the market is negative. That avoids the selling into losses. So our side account or our side pot of money tends to be a cash value life insurance policy, IUL, etc. And when you take out, in our example, we had 5 years or 25% of the time, 5 out of the 20 years were negative. So in those years, if we were to take the $70,000 from our IUL instead of our actively managed brokerage account, what you're going to see is a $3 million net effect. And we can illustrate that in our examples to you, but at the end of the day, the net account balance is $4 million in the brokerage account versus about $950,000. So in order to fund such a side account, depending on age, etc., but it could be as little as $600 a month to create the side account, which we're able to draw $70,000 a year from for 5 years. So it's a very powerful story to get your clients thinking about diversification.